gather to explore and dig deeper into the intersection between artificial intelligence and the implementation of the CWC. For your convenience, this event is available in 4 languages: Arabic, English, French, and Spanish. Please use interpretation devices provided to select your preferred language, and follow the instructions to enjoy the event in the language of your choice. We are fortunate to have with us today honorable guests who will deliver the opening remarks and set the stage for our discussion. To officially open this conference, it is my great honor to invite His Excellency Mr. Nasser Bourita, Minister of Foreign Affairs, African Cooperation, and the Moroccan Expatriate of the Kingdom of Morocco, to deliver his opening remarks.
Ambassador Fernando Arias, Director General of the OPCW, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the first ever Global Conference on Artificial Intelligence and the Chemical Weapons Convention. This event is an illustration of the dedicated collaboration between Morocco and the OPCW, with the support and generous contribution of committed member states. Hosting this conference reflects also the forward-looking vision that Morocco and the OPCW share in addressing the challenges and opportunities artificial intelligence present for the Convention and its state parties. Morocco's commitment to holding this conference is motivated by 4 objectives. First, deepening discussions on emerging dimensions related to the multilateral disarmament and non-proliferation regime. Second, enhancing the collective understanding of the challenges posed by artificial intelligence models and anticipating risks and threats that may arise from the misuse of this technology. Third, identifying converging views on the opportunities offered by artificial intelligence to strengthen the Chemical Weapons Convention key provisions. 4, contributing to the international community ongoing efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by leveraging artificial intelligence capabilities to drive progress. Ultimately, this conference provides an opportunity to reflect on how AI can serve our non-proliferation commitments and how this convention can be a catalyst for benefiting of AI technology. Mr. DG, Excellencies, Morocco has a long-standing stance with regards to the governance of new and emerging technologies in the multilateral system. Currently, Morocco engages actively in multilateral discussions regarding artificial intelligence, guided by fundamentals that are inspired by His Majesty's vision, and which are, first, responsible and ethical use of artificial intelligence in compliance with international legal standards and ethical guidelines. Second, balancing regulation and innovation in a way that regulating artificial intelligence use should not hamper technological innovation. And third, protecting privacy, upholding cultural diversity, and ensuring that artificial intelligence systems are equitable and beneficial for everyone. While upholding these principles, Morocco continues to advocate for the need to address 2 critical challenges in the development of a responsible and equitable AI. We face a significant technological divide, with Africa being particularly affected. It is worth noting that more than 98% of artificial intelligence data used in Africa is not located in our continent. and that still 60% of Africa's population is offline. On the other hand, we must prevent the considerable environmental impact of developing artificial intelligence infrastructure, which should not exacerbate the already existing environmental injustice impacting developing countries. Mr. DG, Excellencies, mindful of these concerns and consistent with these fundamentals, allow me to share with you the following comments and proposals as a contribution to the specific context of the CWC. On governance and ethics, consistent with the framework of our convention, we are not in the logic of discussing the use of artificial intelligence to develop weapons. As per our global commitment as state parties, the debate is more about how an artificial intelligence can be used to enhance the implementation of the CWC. Unlike other disarmament regimes with a combination of use and regulation, our convention firmly establishes a no for use principle regarding chemical weapons. Thus, any discussion on artificial intelligence should be rigorously guided by the ultimate objective of the strict prohibition of chemical weapons. Ethical considerations have in this regard already been addressed by the Convention's firm stance against the use of chemical weapons. On the strengthening of the implementation of the CWC, artificial intelligence can be used to enhance verification and cooperation mechanisms by improving reporting processes and facilitating data analysis. It can contribute to greater transparency, therefore fostering trust among states parties. It is important for states parties to take proactive measures to maximize artificial intelligence benefits. Strengthening the Scientific Advisory Board will provide experts with necessary resources to explore AI's potential and enhance the commitment to the Convention. It is vital to ensure that artificial intelligence does not widen the gap between developed and developing states parties. Instead, it must be considered as a game changer, ensuring all countries fully participate in advanced non-proliferation efforts. Now on the peaceful application of artificial intelligence in chemistry. The integration of artificial intelligence into the implementation processes of the Convention can promote the peaceful use of chemistry. By supporting beneficial applications for humanity, artificial intelligence can demonstrate that chemistry can be a vehicle for progress rather than for destruction. We also have to address the dual-use nature of artificial intelligence in the chemical domain, which presents a complex challenge. We should prevent dual-use chemicals from being diverted and ensure that chemistry is used solely for peaceful purposes. Periodic chemical industry and national authorities meetings are valuable opportunities to foster cooperation between states and the chemical industry and laboratories, ensuring that artificial intelligence and chemical technologies are used exclusively for peaceful purposes. Mr. DG, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to stress that we in Morocco remain convinced that an effective South-South, North-South, and triangular cooperation will help building artificial intelligence capabilities in developing countries and reduce the digital disparities. International cooperation remains the guiding force of this endeavor. By uniting our efforts, sharing knowledge, and building partnerships, we can turn artificial intelligence into a powerful tool for global peace and security. It is our duty to ensure that artificial intelligence serves as a catalyst for a safer world where peace and security are preserved for future generations. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for those insightful perspectives and proposals. And now I'm honored to invite His Excellency Ambassador Fernando Arias, Director General of the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, for his opening remarks. You have the floor, sir.
Dear Minister, Excellencies, dear colleagues, dear friends, I wish to start by expressing my gratitude to the Kingdom of Morocco and personally to you, dear Minister, for hosting this important and timely conference. This event is marked as one of the largest co-organized by the OPCW outside of The Hague. I wish to commend the effort made by the government of Morocco to host this world-class conference with the broad participation of leading experts. In addition to the significant contributions from the Kingdom of Morocco, I wish to thank China, France, Germany, the Republic of Korea, Qatar, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and Northern Ireland for their important contributions. We are gathered here in beautiful Rabat, together with both high-ranking officials and experts, to explore the implications of AI in our common mission to eradicate chemical weapons from the world. The goal is to gain a deeper understanding and appreciation of the benefits and risks for the Convention and how the OPCW should respond to them. The outcome of this conference will therefore be a valuable resource and reference for the orientation of the organization and a guidance for each state party. The OPCW has been in existence for more than 27 years, ever since the Convention entered into force in 1997. Since that time, the organization has achieved many significant milestones. The Convention boasts to have almost near universal status with 193 states parties. Only 4 states, Egypt, Israel, North Korea, and South Sudan, have yet to join. In July last year, the Secretariat verified the destruction in the United States of America of the final declared stockpiled chemical ammunition. Altogether, more than 72,000 more than 72,000 metric tons of chemical weapons declared by all states parties have been destroyed under the stringent verification of the organization. However, despite reaching this historic landmark in 2023, our work is far from over. The important task of destroying all the abandoned chemical weapons and all chemical weapons still lies ahead of us. Just a few days ago, I had the opportunity to travel to China and visit the excavation, recovery, and destruction facilities there. Thousands of abandoned chemical weapons, a legacy of the Second World War, are still there in several places in the northern East China, awaiting recovery and destruction. In addition, independent of the chemical weapon destruction activities, we have to focus on combating the re-emergence of the use of toxic chemicals as weapons. The threat of chemical weapons use is increasing in scope and scale, in step with the rapid pace of scientific and technological progress. Accordingly, the organization has been adapting to maintain technical preparedness for the future, to ensure that it can continue to deliver as the states parties expect and deserve. As many of you know, the Center for Chemistry and Technology was inaugurated in May 2023 by His Majesty the King of the Netherlands. And it already plays an important role, an integral role, I would say, in ensuring that the organization can continue to deliver on its mandates. This powerful tool is already fully operational and has been enhancing the organization's ability to maintain a robust verification regime, to conduct research, analysis, and training, and to deliver a variety of capacity-building programs for experts of the organization and of the states parties. It is critical to monitor and assess the advancements in emerging technologies for the organization to be future-ready and the states parties to receive relevant information about this matter. In this regard, the OPCW's advisory board, scientific advisory board, plays a vital role in keeping us apprised of scientific and technological advances and their significance. The OPCW was conceived as a technical organization. We must not forget this. The concept of emerging technologies is not a new one for the organization. Let me quote a couple of examples. We have many others, but just two. In 1997, the concept of emerging technologies was already used in the terms of reference adopted by the Conference of the States Parties for the Scientific Advisory Board. It was 27 years ago. In 2013, during the third review conference, the states parties expressed that, I quote, taking into account relevant developments in science, technology, and industry is of critical importance, which means that what we are doing is what we have to go deeper in the understanding of the challenges posed by new emerging technologies. Most of the emerging technologies have cross-cutting capabilities, and this is an additional challenge that we didn't have before. This is especially relevant for our common work related to the destruction and non-reemergence of chemical weapons. To underline the relevance of what I mentioned, I wish to quote a few, very few, specific examples that have a direct influence on the task of the organization, and you will see the overreaching effects of artificial intelligence that go beyond the specific field and have a direct impact in areas of our interest. Some examples. Development of drones. Artificial intelligence makes them more powerful, more accurate, more dangerous. Automatic laboratories, smaller, easier to hide, easier to use with less knowledge, ideal tools for the future of terrorism. 3D printing to produce equipment components, avoiding international trade and controls. Nanotechnology that reduces size of the laboratories and makes them easier to hide, or we prefer, more difficult to detect if they are used for malicious purposes. New algorithms combined with large language models and powerful computers that allow easily the generation of new and unknown, so far unknown, chemicals. Fortunately, we can say that there are positive aspects, and we are going to refer it. For instance, AI will help in the technologies of decontamination that are vital after a chemical weapons attack. They will help also in the production of new materials for protective equipment. And due to its special relevance, I wish to mention separately the breakthroughs in synthetic biology, underlining at the same time that biology and chemistry are becoming increasingly and dangerously interrelated. In this context, you would all agree, I have no doubt, that special attention must be devoted to the potential misuse of scientific and technological knowledge, and at the same time, all required resources must be devoted to identifying innovations that could strengthen the organization. Dear Minister, dear friends, today the world is a very different place than it was in the 1980s when the convention was negotiated. In today's evolving world, AI is not only an emerging and disruptive technology. AI is not simply one more technology, but rather a catalyst for driving developments in many different fields. It is quite simply a transformational technology because it has the potential to make other technologies more powerful, cheaper, and faster to produce the desired results. I would like to point out that AI's increase in importance in chemical sciences have just been recognized a few days ago in the awarding of the 2024 Nobel Prizes in Chemistry. The laureates include 3 scientists that have been working in fields of special relevance for us, related to research and achievement, precisely in the field of the generations of new components. And AI is continuing to develop and mature rapidly, which is something that we must keep in mind all the time. For example, AI is accelerating the discovery and synthetic design of new chemicals, which have beneficial applications in pharmaceutical research, medicine, manufacturing, and agriculture. In 2 words, AI has an implication in the development of chemical industry that we inspect. AI tools for chemical synthesis are commercially available, helping to devise ways to design and produce complex chemical compounds tailored for specific tasks that can be carried out more easily and efficiently than ever before. As AI can also play a role in how dangerous chemicals may be transported, weaponized, and delivered to targets, those fields have to be followed also by us. We must not only have an eye in the work of the laboratories, but in the whole cycle of chemicals, because AI can enable autonomous systems to deploy chemical agents without human intervention. Automation in the transportation, in the weaponizing, and in the delivery of the chemicals is a new challenge. This technology is augmenting the power and precision of unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as drones, and is a major concern in this context for us because drones mean easier dissemination of extremely dangerous chemicals. My key points in this respect, I have to say that the spread of technology and know-how combined with AI is also to be very welcome, because nevertheless, as it triggers unintended consequences, it will be a very positive factor to acquire, to develop, and deploy the missions we have for good purposes. Dear Minister, dear friends, as concerning as these trends may be, we must never overstate any one of them. And I wish to underscore that a not significant amount of specialized expertise, experience, and resources, financial resources, are still required to produce those new highly toxic chemicals that AI formulas can be generated. One thing is to get the formula, another thing is to produce them. For the time being, we can think that it is not so easy to bridge this step from getting the formulas of new extremely dangerous chemicals to the production. The same applies to the old, well-known formulas of chemical weapons, highly toxic chemical weapons, when attempts are made to produce them with AI. Expertise, money, equipment, expensive equipment is needed. Which means that AI, for the time being, cannot yet replace in the production process the experience, the practical skills, and the capability of chemists and chemical engineers. But when I say for the time being, we have to think, what does it mean for the time being? Because artificial intelligence is developing so fast that perhaps for the time being can mean 1 year, 2 years, 3, 5, we don't know. We don't know, but it is worrying. Given AI's potential applications in the chemical weapons arena, the OPCW has taken proactive measures, proactive steps, with the following activities. The Scientific Advisory Board has been active. In April last year, I summoned a meeting, for 2 days meeting with external experts in the Center for Chemistry and Technology and the headquarters of the organization, for having an open exchange. External experts, not the experts of the member states of the organization, they were from companies. And we produced a note that we shared with all the states parties. In June, I had the privilege of delivering the key note address at the Artificial Intelligence and Weapons of Mass Destruction Conference in Berlin, organized by the German Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Berlin. The Secretariat of the organization continues to keep a close watch on AI developments. We are monitoring different areas. For instance, we are studying and starting to test the AI-powered natural language processing or text processing to analyze a vast amount of information, including reports, patents, and academic research that can bring us extraordinary benefits in the selection and analysis of open source information. In doing so, AI can help us to identify emerging threats, trends in scientific research and technological development, and changes in chemical production, applications, and trade. We are also using artificial intelligence to assist starting to analyze artificial intelligence to assist in our investigations. Always underlining that any investigation will be carried out under a state party request in the field of alleged use of chemical weapons. Advanced AI data mining techniques in chemical forensics will enable more efficient data analysis, assisting in identifying the chemical agents used and their origins. Extremely useful tool in the case of an attack with chemical weapons. AI can also examine and eventually fuse open source data, such as satellite imagery and social media, to corroborate investigations of chemical weapons use. AI can also strengthen preparedness and response by speeding up the discovery and development of treatments and antidotes for chemical weapons exposure. Chemical safety and security is another area that can benefit from artificial intelligence-enabled tools. It can also, artificial intelligence can also create digital twins of real-world manufacturing plants to enhance process and product safety implemented in the chemical industry that can be also used for future inspections. Additionally, in general, as you can understand, AI will offer opportunities to reinforce our current verification regime. To be short, in this regard, in this field, we have started to establish in the organization an in-house test and validation capability system for new technologies and equipment by using AI at the Chemtech Center of the organization to monitor and identify new technologies that intersect with activities of the organization. This conference and its outcomes will be useful for states parties to better understand the impact of AI in our joint mission and to consider how best to seize the opportunities and mitigate the risks. Moving forward, the organization is embarking in other AI-related activities, as, for instance, the AI Research Challenge that was launched on the 21st of June. I wish to thank the European Union and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland for funding this initiative that is still ongoing. I wish to stress that any technologies the Secretariat develop in emerging technologies, in the emerging technology domain, are to benefit all the states parties, as the Minister said and we commented before, to help boost the capabilities of the states parties. Additionally, preparations are underway for the establishment of a new temporary working group on artificial intelligence in the organization. This group will further explore it and will submit recommendations on how the OPCW can best move forward. This conference, I have no doubt, will be a landmark, but must be continued in other international fora. The conversations that we'll initiate here will mean a strong foundation, but the task has to continue. One area of particular importance is to continue deepening the ties with the chemical industry. Chemical industry is growing, as you know, in size and sophistication, and is using extremely dangerous chemicals for legal purposes, for producing certain medicines, as you know, and we need to keep on having an eye and improve the verification system, always in a friendly way. Dear Minister, dear friends, the organization's commitment to a world free of chemical weapons is unwavering. We recognize that this task requires continuous monitoring of science and technology, including their possible misuse. We can rest assured that AI will introduce drastic changes in many fields, and this will certainly impact the ways in which we have to protect the Convention and its implementation. In the coming days, we will address together many crucial questions. I encourage you all to make the most of this valuable occasion by engaging in interactive discussions. The generosity and insight of the Moroccan authorities has provided us with a unique opportunity that will serve as a stepping stone for future activities. I wish to thank you, dear Minister, for your personal support to organize this conference. And I wish you all productive discussions and look forward to the outcomes of your work. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency Director General, for your substantive remarks and valuable insights. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this segment, I would like to remind everyone that our honorable guests will be leaving us for the time being. They will be joining us for a group photo in a while. To give you an overview of our morning schedule, we will start with a group photo, followed by a coffee break, and then we will hear addresses from our keynote speakers. Now, I would like to invite our keynote speakers, the heads of delegations, and the experts to join us for a group photo to capture this occasion together. Please make your way to the designated area for the group photo. Please
قبل ما
kindly
تخرجوا ما
follow the
تنسوش
instructions.
تابوناو في العشان يوتيوب وبارطاجيو الفيديو وديروا جيم وتابعوا الدار على مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي.